com. And it is Friday here on Good Things, so we are going to get our movie report from our movie critic, Miss Tanya. And speaking with the house thing, I had to bring up the fact that Freddy's Nightmare on Elm Street home is actually for sale. So it's not on the endangered list. It's actually going for a pretty premium $3.25 million. But if you would like to live where Freddy Cougar roamed this little girl's dreams and made her world horrible, then you can have it for $3.25 million.
Well, initially I thought, no way, but then when I heard that there's a bathroom in every bedroom, I'm like, I kind of like that.
2,700 square feet. I think there's a guest house. There's a pool out back. And all the nostalgia sort of to go with it. I think they've cleaned up any blood or leftover cobwebs.
Gotten rid of all the knives.
Yes, and you will definitely be the hit of Halloween every year, no doubt, in your community. But I don't think many Mississippians are running to California with $3.25 million. We'll just watch the reruns and be like, oh, I know where that house is.
Yeah.
Is sort of now. Okay, so I digress. So it is the weekend. So what do we have coming up this week?
Yeah, we have a couple of new releases this weekend. The first one's actually one that the whole family can go see. We've talked a little bit about it. It's called Ron's Gone Wrong.
Yes.
And it looks like a really cute one. It is PG, but it's about a little middle school kid named Barney, who's just a little socially awkward, as are majority of your middle schoolers.
Aren't we all in the middle school?
I mean, I go to the middle school every day to get my little one, and it's just so cute to watch them because they're just gawky and trying to figure things out, But he's socially awkward, and, his new best friend is this out-of-the-box, walking, talking robot that, for whatever reason, has some little malfunction issues. But they learn to kind of embrace the messiness of their situation and see what true friendship really is. So I think it's going to have a good message, and I think it'll be a good one for the whole family to go see.
Is it a cartoon, or is it a or Pixar?
Yes, animated.
Animated.
Yeah. So the voices are Zach Galifianakis. Anytime I have a chance to say his name, I try to take it.
I'm glad
Olivia
you did.
Colman.
I'd pass it.
Olivia Colman, who is like just dripping with awards. She's also in it, or voicing. And then Jack Dylan Grazer. Blech, I'm bumbling all that up.
You got the you nailed the first one though.
Yeah, it took me so long to learn his name that I'm so happy I can say it. Also, Ed Helms is also voicing one of the characters. So a great cast, and I think it'll be a fun one. Addams Family 2 is still out there if you haven't seen that, and that one's probably maybe a little more Halloweenish. But you have a couple of good options out there if you have kids.
And if you don't, or if you want to get away from them,
yeah.
what's on the docket for?
Yeah, one definitely for the kids. I mean, not for the kids. It's PG-13, so your older kids would probably like it. But it's Dune.
I had that one run down because I saw it will be streaming.
Yes,
and
it's
Aquaman.
Streaming.
You had me at Aquaman.
Aquaman is in it. Yes,
I don't even know his name.
Anytime Aquaman shows up, everything's going to be okay.
At least good to look at.
Yeah. But yeah, so Dune is one of those. They've made movies in the past, or a movie, and it's
so this is a second.
Yeah, but it's like a whole new.
Gotcha.
Because they consider the first one, it was made in the 80s. They kind of consider that one a bomb because it just did not recoup its money. It probably has by now, but at the time it didn't do so great at the box office. And everybody says, this is such a big story. It's a huge novel, and it's hard to make it into a film because there's just so much going on.
And I think I saw where hopefully at least some who have seen it before are saying you can already see either a prequel or a sequel or sort of filling in the blanks if it does well.
Yeah, and that's the plan. They're definitely hoping that this will launch a new series, and they're actually going to do a spinoff. And I think this is happening. A television series like so many of the Marvel and DC characters are doing. So it'll be interesting. This one stars Timothée Chalamet. But there's, in the world that they live in, it's in the future. It's in the 10,000s, 10,191.
Be here before we know it.
I know it. Really. But the emperor appoints Timothy Chalamet's father is like the Duke, ruler of their planet.
Duke Leto Atreides.
Yes. Thank you. I can't say those names. So I
There are some strange names in
That's what we
Dune.
have, Rhino.
But played by Oscar Isaac. But they appoint, these people to take over another planet that's full of, it's like a very dangerous planet that harvests something that they call spice, and it's a substance material that increases human vitality, and it's used for interstellar travel, so it's very valuable. And anyway, you find out pretty quickly that the emperor has a plan, and his plan is to get rid of the Duke and all of their people. So it's sort of a coup is planned, and so it's just what happens, how they handle it. Timothy's character, Paul, keeps having visions, and once he's on this dangerous planet and exposed to the spice, his visions become even more real and clear, and he kind of has to forge a path to take his people to the future. So, as the heir to the throne.
Rhino, have you read the novel?
I've read part of it. It's a really chewy read with a lot of really weird words that you got to sit there and take about 2 minutes to go, all right,
I need it.
how do they want me to say this? How are they trying to say this?
Yeah, and they say these names, and I still can't say them. And the other thing is, you've got the mother played by Rebecca Ferguson, who also is very powerful, and she's part of this sisterhood.
The Bene Gesserit sisterhood.
Yes, and see, I didn't know how to say that. But they say it, but they have such weird accents, But that's what one of the TV series spinoffs is going to be about, the sisterhood. In fact, I think it's called The Sisterhood. But yeah, the visual effects are just something else. So I definitely recommend go
if
to
you
the
like
big
the
screen.
action, if you like that kind of
Yeah.
futuristic, if you want
Futuristic sci-fi, you're going to love it, no doubt. And great actors, Zendaya's in it, and anytime she shows up, I'm happy. And of course, we've already talked about Aquaman's in there.
does he take his shirt off?
No, he wears a lot of armor, so.
Darn.
Josh Brolin is in it. Stellan Skarsgård, so just an awesome cast. David, is it Bautista, the guy from Bautista, thank you, from Guardian movies. He's also in it, so great cast.
Is that the only one for adults this weekend? Or
Yeah, that's really the only big new release this weekend. Of course, James Bond's still there, so there's lots to go check out if you need to catch up.
And I know Dune is also streaming on HBO Max for all of us who probably won't make it to the movie. I keep saying that I will, and then I get a B+ because I see my movies, but they're from the streaming platform. But that's not because I dislike the movies. Some of us, our schedules just, they just don't lend it to go.
Sometimes you can't squeeze out. And this is a long movie. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so you've got to budget some time for it. And if you're like me, you want to get there early and watch the previews, so that adds a little more time, too.
So we're looking into the future. What is Miss Tanya looking forward to?
Yeah, next weekend's kind of slim, but the week after that, there's two big ones. Eternals, which is the new Marvel movie. Angelina Jolie's in it. A handful of lots of people are in it.
In Marvel?
Yeah. So, she's making headlines going to the premiere, and her daughter wore one of her Oscar dresses. So that's all I've seen this week. And then also Spencer is coming out, which is the Diana story with Kristen Stewart.
And I've already got girlfriends who are going. They're figuring out when they're going when they're anticipating the release and they're doing a girls' night or mom and daughter date or whatever it may be for
that would be fun. Are they going to dress up?
Oh, I don't know about that, but
that would be fun.
That would be fun to sort of do, but it feels like one of those you go with your girl pals to sort of watch that one for sure and enjoy that night. Well, I hope someone enjoys one of the movies. It takes Tanya's advice, but thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
All righty, we'll stick with us. We got a few more good things for you.